Can you hear me?
Yep.
I think I need another earphone because I'm hearing this tapping noise in my ear. Are you hearing that?
No.
Okay. We're not recording on. Oh,
We definitely are.
hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, boo.
How are you?
I am well.
That's good. How was your weekend? Weekend, all of that.
My child went to her father's house. My
Mm-hmm.
husband is away.
Oh my gosh.
So I was able to relax. I
Mm-hmm.
was able to eat what I wanted to eat and not be bothered. All I needed was for the dogs to have found somewhere to go. And then it would have just been serenity in this bitch.
All
But,
right.
and then I went and I saw my nutritionist and I saw
Yes.
my therapist again. So I just feel like I'm doing, I'm taking the little suggestions that I've gotten from them to try to feel better. So
You
it
just
was a
had like
good.
a little self-help rejuvenation weekend. What did it sound like?
Oh, I did. Oh, I did. And then yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
my daughter, she just fucked that up again. I like she pissed me off.
No.
Then my little dog Chloe, we go
Bay.
outside, right?
Mm-hmm.
We go outside. She wants to like play. It's cold.
Mm.
And I'm just looking at her like, so are we gonna shit or nah? So she pissed me off because I can't trust her when she doesn't poop outside.
Oh
So I'm
yeah.
just like,
I
so
have to
she had
wait till you do this.
right. Well, no, I was like, I'm tired of standing outside. So I just put her in her cage because she's not going to poop in her cage.
Mm.
So then my big dog, Carly, I go and I take a shower. I come out. Chloe didn't finish her food, but her food is gone. And she in the cage. So guess who ate her food?
Carly done crushed.
So I was like, so it's just piss Shay the fuck off day, huh?
He was skirking. They was
I
like,
was.
shit. Chloe was like, you know you done fucked up talking to Carly. You know you done fucked up, don't you? It wasn't
Like,
me.
when I came out the shower and I saw that food was gone, I started fussing at Carly. And Mara was like, I didn't even do anything. I was like, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the goddamn dog. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to bed. We're just going to start this shit over tomorrow.
Right. Damn. So everything you done built for your
My
serenity got
nigga.
brought down in one day.
In one day.
They said,
Unraveled.
oh nah, mommy over there looking too peaceful and too put together. Let me fuck with her a little bit. Bring your ass back to life.
Son,
Oh
how
my
was your
goodness.
weekend?
That's funny. It was relaxing but busy a little bit, but like not busy, like stressful busy. Like I was doing a lot. I did like a mommy daughter day with
I
the Bay
saw.
on Saturday. So that was super cool. She got her little pedicure for the first time ever, which was hilarious. It was like one of those nice salons, salon spas. So they give you like, something to drink, and she thought
Mm-hmm.
she was too fancy, honey, with her little iPad and her lemonade, honey. Like she thought
Let
she
me
was
tell you
doing it.
something.
But
Don't start that shit. That make that an annual
oh yeah,
thing.
it's not gonna be all the time for sure. It's not like nah, because then she gonna get super spoiled, and you gotta go up from there. So
Do
nah.
you get your nails done on the regular?
Um, normally no, but so my husband treated me to get my nails done a couple weeks ago, and once you start, you gotta keep going because like I got long story, but not really long, but I got like the little dip, like the powder. And
Mm-hmm.
so I didn't really like it because it grew out really fast. So I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
go back because I got a darker color on my nails, so you can tell that the new growth was really bad. Sorry, male listeners, y'all gonna have to deal. But then so when I went, I got that taken off and just got gel polish, like, and I got like a lighter color, which I really, really like. So I got when you have to get fillings and refills and stuff, I just didn't want that commitment. So I was like, let's just go real simple and get like some gel polish because I don't want to have to be in this joint because my nails looking like, yeah. So, but yeah, for her, it's definitely not going to be an all the time thing because I don't even go consistently. Like I'm trying to get better so that my winter feet don't look like real winter feet, and then we're starting to transition into spring, so maybe they can kind of look like spring feet. Like it's starting to feel warm, so I'm trying to do better with. If you look better, you feel better type shit. But we'll see.
Right?
I'm
I
trying to.
I know I'm cutting into your weekend time and I'm so sorry,
No,
but I
you
just
good.
want to say that I used to get nails feet done every 2 weeks. I had a standing
Oh,
appointment.
that's lit.
Like I was in this bitch. But I cut back because I was just like, that's a lot of money. We could be spending that money on this. Da, 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
Feet started looking like what the fuck.
All right.
My daughter though,
She
this
told you about yourself.
no, this motherfucker thinks that she has a job. And so she
Oh.
thinks she should be at every like I went and got my nails not last time, but the time before that. And she was
Mm-hmm.
like, I mean, so you just went to the nail salon without me? I was
Ooh.
like, you don't even make your bed up every day, my nigga. Like,
Where did we get this entitlement from? Like, what
yeah,
happened?
like, so that's what I was
Yikes.
just saying. Like, I've taken her a little bit more than here and there. And so
Mm-hmm.
now this motherfucker is like,
Where
thinking,
we? When is our appointment?
like, nah. And with JT being gone, I'm trying to figure out when I'm gonna have that time because I do like my nail time because it's
Right.
like
It's
my
to you.
time.
It's. Let me tell you something. That because she just got the pedicure, but I got the pedicure and like the little nails done. Let me tell you something. A good pedicure will change your whole fucking mood.
What?
Because it look, especially if you get the little scrub and they get the massaging your
Mm-hmm.
calves. Like, honey, that I came home and I told my husband, I was like, look, I'm gonna have to take you here because like this one is life changing. But yeah, like that was her first time ever getting it like at a salon. Like I've like painted her toes and stuff like that. And but I was like, I'll be nice. And so we, because she had told me that Friday after I picked up from school, she was like, well, since I don't have any school or competitions on Saturday, can we do something fun, like, and not be in the house? So I'm like, fun? Not being in the house is fun. What are you talking about? But then I was like, you know what? I got to put myself in the place of a daggone 6-year-old. And like, that's probably not lit to be in the house all weekend, especially since she doesn't have anything to do. So like, I'll try to make the effort. And that's why I set that up. And of course, with these little children of ours, you give them an inch and they take a mile. After
Mm-hmm.
we're wrapping up and I'm paying, she was like, so that was really quick and I didn't want it to end so early. So like let's do something else fun. I was like get something to eat. Like we can do that. She's like, no, like let's just go to one more fun place and then that'll be it.
Oh,
I was like what? She was like, well, on the way home, we do pass Chuck E. Cheese. I was like,
oh
ooh.
no.
So I was
Did you? Oh, you did
I
go there. I
did.
saw it.
Yep, I
Oh
did go,
no.
but I set rules. I said, honey, we're in here for 30 minutes and not a
Oh.
minute more. Like, we're going in here. Whatever's ends first, the time or the money. I'm about to load this card. And this is it. Like, you can go and speed through here and spend this money and this time however you want. But when 30 minutes is up or the card is empty, this is over because Chuck E. Cheese stresses me out. I hate it. I hate it. Anybody who knows me, like I hate it. When
Ooh,
people invite
I
me to Chuck
hate
E.
it.
Cheese birthday parties, I do it because I love the children and the people that I'm going to support. But honey, that place stresses me out. And if we wasn't going to be there for just 30 minutes, I definitely would have ordered me a beer or wine because like it is the most. So she got that, and I treated myself to Chipotle because I just deserved it after dealing with that 30 minutes of crap.
Okay.
Let's see. The rest of the weekend, that boring ass Super Bowl on Sunday. Whoop de whoop de whoop. That shit sucked. And I did some arts and crafts. Like I was getting back into my creative stuff. So people who've known me for a really long time, like, which is really random. Like if you don't know me and my personality, like you don't seem like the arts and crafts type chick, but I really am. Like I used to do scrapbooks and shit for my friends and for myself back in the day, and like all types of like little stuff in college and stuff. But I got back to my little stuff and I made some little crafts and stuff for the girls on Kylie's team. Well, actually, not for the girls; it's for the girls' parents. And besides that, I had I don't know. I'm gonna save that for I guess later on my dream situation. But yeah,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, that's what I did for this weekend. So it was a lot, but it wasn't like stressful where I was like, damn, this weekend sucked. Plus, I didn't go to work on Monday after the Super Bowl because,
Because you thought it was going to be more lit, and it turned out it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, I drank still. I mean,
Oh, okay. Well,
lit or not, I was still drinking. But yeah, and then you get home super late after that because that game ends late. But yeah, that Super Bowl was whack as shit, and not on no hating shit, but it really was like a boring game. Like it really was.
well, I've been
Boycotting.
firm on my boycott for like 2 seasons now.
That's what's
So
up.
I obviously wasn't watching.
Yeah.
So there's that. Anywho, listeners, we are on episode 25.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know what that was.
So guess what I was told this past weekend?
What?
That we sound alike, which I don't think that we do.
Like our voices, like how we
Yeah.
talk. I
Yes,
definitely thought we had very distinctively different voices. For real.
So yeah, so I mean, I'm Shay for the listeners, but
And I'm Dice. So if we sounded like, I guess us saying our name ain't gonna matter, huh?
that's what I was thinking. I was like, so if we sound like I'm not about to be like, hey, Shay, checking in.
This
for
is
the one-
Dice's opinion right here.
Like, no.
I don't
We
know.
only do that when the opinion is like gonna be something
Controversial.
we right.
You're like,
Other
I
than
don't want to
that,
put this on you, so let me let you know who's saying this. Well, I think if y'all were to continue to listen, and eventually you guys will learn our different voices and stuff. So maybe I just need to go back some more episodes and listen a little bit more, and then y'all be able to tell our voices apart. Okay. Stop. We're proving their point. That is funny. So this week we are talking about relationship timelines. And so, what she was about to say?
I was gonna say like we've touched on this topic in multiple episodes, like when we shade people like Emily B and Kimbella, but we've never like expounded, I guess, on it.
Yeah. And we about to dive in. Oh, I'm sorry. You don't like. I'm sorry.
Oh Jesus!
So fun fact, Chatty Patty fun fact for our listeners: Shay hates Trey Songz.
like with a passion.
Like really, really can't stand him, and it's crazy because I like Trey Songz. So every time like I bring it up, I'm like, oh shit, I forgot. My bad. But yeah.
I mean, I hate him about as much as Dice hates Carrie Hilson.
Okay, another Chatty Patty fun fact. I fucking hate Carrie Hilson. So there it is. Listeners, look at y'all. Y'all got the bonus, bonus material. So just so y'all know, y'all get to know us a little bit more.
I hate that he's from somewhere around here, I guess. So they play him a lot on the radio.
Yeah.
So like the other day I was like, oh, let's see what's going on the radio. Because every now and then I like to listen to the radio so I could see like what's
new
popping and ain't shit new. And then they was playing Trey Songz and I was like, okay, back to my podcast.
And I'm done.
Yeah, that was enough.
That is
Anywho,
funny.
how we digress before we even start. Trash.
It's my fault. My little jingle threw us off. So what? Relationship timelines.
Yes.
So we're gonna just basically go in, I guess, like how you want to do this. Like, I know there's the little, image of what should be, but it's reality out here on how relationships normally flow and how timelines and progression of relationships. So how you wanna talk about this?
I mean, I don't know. Are we starting with like the length of a relationship as far as timelines? Are we just talking about sex? Are we just talking about engagement to marriage or dating to engagement?
I think we should talk about all of it. Like, so it's like, all right, so like let's just go through the general flow of a relationship on how, normally, like, of course this is not the standard. There are always deviations. People meet different ways and get together different ways, but the general flow of a relationship, the first stage is like you kind of your initial interest. When you first notice somebody, they catch your eye and like, oh, okay, they kind of pop it. I want to get to know them, whatever. And then after that, this order can vary, but like the first date, first kiss, sex, sleepover. So those four can be interchangeable because you might smash somebody before you go on your first date. that sort of thing. So yeah, no judging, but those 4 steps and those 4 phases, yeah, they're pretty interchangeable. After that, I'm thinking you start meeting friends for the first time. After that, you start getting comfortable to a point where the honeymoon phase is over. You guys might have your first little couple arguments and your representatives. I always say in the beginning of relationships, everybody has their representative present. Like, as much as people want to say they keeping it real, I'm
They
not
not.
saying they're being fake, but they're like putting their best foot forward at all times. At this phase, like, that's just out the window. You just like, look, I know this person, you know me, like, fuck that shit. After that, you're probably gonna start meeting parents and family. Um, After that, I think the next phase you start getting serious, where the love word might have came out earlier, but like you're really, in love. You're discussing spending your life with this person. And then like the next 4 also, the order may vary. The moving, engagement, marriage, kids. That order can be thrown
I
in
was about to
different.
say a lot of these bitches are like, what?
That's what I'm
When did
saying.
that happen?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, everything is different depending on the person. So like, it's the flow of a relationship, but those different phases, they're like Legos pretty much. You can put them in different orders and it still works, whatever works for you. But I
Okay.
guess we can kind of talk about, I guess, what are the general
How long
times?
should it take before somebody starts having sex? Because let's be honest, a lot of people are not doing things the, I would
Traditional?
say, old traditional way where you were courted and blah 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 blah. Like, a lot of people are situationships that turned into relationships that may or may not
Oh,
turn into something else. So, because I was reading something today that says the problem with most women is that they want to connect on a deeper level, but they give it up before doing so. And so the man loses interest. And I was like,
hmm.
maybe. Like, I could see that being, I could see it going either way. Like, it doesn't, I don't think if you do sleep with somebody like early, that it's gonna necessarily like make him lose
Yeah,
interest.
it would work for me.
But but I mean, it just I feel like it just depends on the situation.
For
So,
sure.
what do you think? Because
Um, it would be great if you could save it for marriage, but realistically, that's like a unicorn these days, which is no hate, no shade. It's amazing, I'm assuming, but yeah, people aren't doing that. And this is gonna sound like a typical dice answer, but like, whenever the fuck you want to, like, what the
I
like,
mean, there's
look,
that.
like, I don't feel like it should be any standard, like, oh, you wait 3 dates, or you gotta wait 90 days, or we'll do. Like,
Steve Harvey says you should wait 90 days.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like, what what if you started out as like hookup partners? Like, what you mean? Like,
So let's say hypothetically you're not starting off as in a situationship. Let's say you are
you
like,
actually like meeting someone and you're dating.
yes, and like y'all hanging out and you're implementing. Well, my thing is like,
I
I'm
just
sorry, I'm
still
not completing my thought.
no. You go ahead because
No, I'm like all over the place because I'm thinking about that damn movie, Think Like a Man, because I definitely didn't read that stupid book because I was just like,
yeah,
I'm
I
not
didn't read
getting
that book.
relationship advice from Steve Harvey.
Right.
I'm not trying to catch that. Um, but in my mind, it was just like, even if these chicks were waiting 90 days, I just realistically, I don't see all of those men also waiting those 90
I was
days.
just about to say that just
Like,
because she waiting 90 days, he like, oh, okay, well, this is definitely the beginning of this relationship. So,
so
so why you about to go to bed after this date? I'm about to call Keisha and finish the date
Kiki,
up. Do you love me?
right.
Cause
So
look,
just so I kind of was looking at that movie like the idea behind this is cute, but
in real life,
because I'm this I don't know.
I
I don't know.
just don't think that it should be any hard pause time that you have to wait. Like, literally, whatever the flow is in that situation, it might be where you guys are really connecting on a really good level, and shit, you might come over and he might cook dinner, or you might cook dinner for him, and it gets sexy, and y'all run off and do the do. you shouldn't be feeling guilty like, damn, I gave it up too early. Or it may be a situation where like y'all are really getting to know each other and it just hasn't gone romantically yet. And it might lead to like 90 days until y'all get into a situation where the sparks fly and y'all about to get it popping. So it just honestly depends on you, that person, the chemistry, and the whole flow of it. I don't think you should try to fit your relationship or your situationship into a box or a mold on when should I have sex with this guy? Like, let me hold on. Especially if you over there horny, he over there horny, y'all banging with each other, but you just like, I gotta wait 20 more days. Hold on. Like, for what? Like, what is it gonna solve? Unless you're trying to save it for marriage, I'm really asking what you're trying to prove. Now or 90 days. What's the difference?
So I think that's my issue with that whole like wait 90 days because it shows him that you're wife
It
material. Like
doesn't.
it really doesn't. And my thing here's, I think the issue is the woman's mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't feel like every dude you date, you should be thinking like I you shouldn't. I understand dating with a purpose,
Mm-hmm.
but I also understand just dating for fun. Like,
But see, maybe that's where I'm different because I wouldn't call it dating. Like, if we ain't going out, then we just fucking around. Like, when I was single, like, everybody wasn't considered somebody I was dating.
but no, I feel like you can date. Like, I feel like you can possibly like.
What do you mean, like, go out, like, go to the movies,
Yeah,
go out to?
I feel
Oh,
like you
okay.
can be cool with somebody and be dating them, but not necessarily be looking at it like
We trying to build into something more
right.
serious.
And I feel like every a lot a lot of women
Mm-hmm.
just look at every person that they
Is this
date
a potential?
as like potential husband or
Mm-hmm.
potential wife or whatever it is that floats your boat.
Right.
And I'm just thinking like everything don't even have to be that serious.
Mm-mm.
But my thing is if you're going into it saying I'm going to withhold sex so that he can look at me as if I'm wifey material,
Right.
it's just
No.
like, is that what the value of being a wife is?
And what is he doing to
Because
make himself look like husband material? So, like,
and that's also an issue because you don't see any of these self-help books out here for dudes talking about, hey fellas, put your dick pics away because you want to be looked at as a
stop
husband
texting what you're
material.
doing after midnight.
Yeah.
Like, no.
You
What do you
so it's
mean?
just like it's too much emphasis on us like being a lady
Mm.
as if we don't have needs and urges and all that other good stuff. So like this survey says the average person says 8 dates. 8 dates is the acceptable time to wait to have sex.
8 dates.
Yes,
So,
but I'm
when
think
what's
about it.
considered a
If
date
90,
though? Like, me, like going out to dinner, that's a date. Going to the movies, that's another date. Maybe going to a concert together, that's a date. Like real dates, like dates. Like,
I'm looking at it
nah.
like if I'm looking at 90 days or even the 8 date thing. Let's say most people are only going out on a date like once a week because you got work and you know what I'm
So
saying
that's
throughout the
too
week.
damn much.
Yeah, or 3 if you're doing the 90-day one.
I'm straight. I mean, I'm married, so this doesn't pertain to me. But when I was dating, like, when I was single, because I was in back to back long relationships. Like, I mentioned that on another episode. Like, I went to long relationship to, oh, I'm finally single. Let's quote unquote date around or whatever, have some fun.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that didn't 90 days. Oh, okay. Womp, womp,
So,
womp.
have you heard
Yeah.
of the concept predate?
No, what's that?
So, dudes are out here telling other dudes not to invest in an actual date with someone, to go on what is called a pre-date to see if they want to date someone.
So it's like an interview for a date? Like, what the fuck is let me interview this bitch and see if she even worth the time. Like, what? How do you do a pre-date? Like, you just talk on the phone or like you
It's
text?
basically something where you don't have, it's something where you don't have to spend a lot of money, which I think is just the
That's just
term.
cheap niggas.
And that's what it is. I feel like, honestly, it's just the term that kind of throws me off, because I've heard of people doing like a coffee date or a lunch date.
Yeah, just like a little link up. Like they don't want a formal date, but like they just like a little meet up.
And that's fine. Like if someone was like, "Hey, let's meet up for coffee,"
Then that's
that's
cute. Like, oh, that's what's up. Like, let's go to Starbucks and get a
but
caramel macchiato.
the people that are saying a pre-date, it's a bunch of men that are like, I can't be out here spending money on these bitches. I gotta vet her. I gotta see if she worth me spending money on. And then they be the
But then
niggas
the
that
joints
take you
that's
to
not
two for
creative.
two at Chili, 2 for $20 at Chili's. Like,
And that's a real date. That's the
yeah.
real date. That ain't even a pre-date.
So I was,
You could definitely have a very creative, meaningful, memorable date that is cheap.
yeah.
Like I went during my time when I was single, this guy took me to, it was like a national park in Pennsylvania. Like it was like in the
Oh, you
mountains.
got
It
flued
was
out.
a girl, Pennsylvania.
I mean, he might have
I
flew
didn't say
you
Puerto
there.
Rico. No. There was a car. We drove.
You got drove
You
out.
mean flew out to Pennsylvania? Girl, that would have been a 30-minute flight.
It's still a flight. Damn it.
Girl, no. We drove out
Okay.
to the national park. It was something that I have never done before. Like, and when I say national park, I'm not talking about fucking rec center joints. Like, so please don't sit up here and be laughing like, oh, he took me
That's
to the
the
rec,
city
girl.
park.
Yeah. Right. Girl, I'm talking about a whole ass national park. Like, it was like all this, like, it was really nice. It was like mountains and trees, and we had like a fucking picnic,
Hmm.
and it was lit. I was nervous because I'm so city, and I was just like, so it's like no people out here. Like you could chop up my body, and like nobody will never know where to
Ted
find me.
Bundy.
For sure. Like whatever happened to Dice? Like I don't know. She said she was getting flued out on a date to Pennsylvania. Never came
Shut
back.
up.
But it's ways to be creative without spending money. Like literally, he probably went to the local grocery store, picked up some stuff and a bottle of liquor, and was like, "All right, come on." Like in the park, the national parks are free, so as long as you did, during the daytime, it's free. So like people just not creative. People think like women, in order to impress them, which don't get me wrong, there are some women out there that you gotta spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on a date and go to this fancy smancy shit. I'm personally, that's not my personality. Like every now and then I would love to go to, a fancy dinner, some stuff like that. But nah, that shit, nah, that doesn't, that doesn't tickle my fancy. So if you can be creative, men can find ways so they don't, or they can have it be a pre-date, but don't have to label it as a pre-date.
I
And
think
like,
that's the stigma for me. It's just, don't call it a pre-date because it sounds cheap. Just
and it sounds like you're above. Like, let me interview this bitch. Like, what do you bring it to the table that much that you out here interviewing? Like, let me see if I want to invest my time. Let her see if she want to invest her time because you might be raggedy.
right.
And that's that.
Okay. So a lot of people start off talking.
Right.
Who knows what that really means? It's different for every goddamn body. How
Right.
long do you think that time period should be in between talking and dating? Like, and when I say dating, I mean
Like making it official. Like you ain't
yeah,
messing with nobody. I ain't messing with nobody.
yeah.
Um, I think it depends. I swear this is gonna be my answer for everything, for most of it. I think it depends on the situation. Like it depends on. Okay, so when I first met my husband and we were talking, I'm doing air quotes, talking. Um, I was in no rush to get into a relationship to be like, okay, you don't mess with nobody else. I don't mess
Because
with
you had
nobody else.
just had the too long.
I had just got out of a 6-year
Yeah.
relationship. So please trust. And when I met my now husband, like I was air quotes dating. So I was just out here enjoying my singlehood. So like yeah, I was like, look, don't feel like we have to move all extra fast. And he was still in college. So, honey, I was not expecting him to be like, all right, don't mess with these college joints while
Right.
I got a whole ass career up here being single. Like, we can still, air quotes, talk. And like, it ain't gonna mess nothing up. So I honestly think it depends. Like, if it's a situation where like y'all are literally talking all the time, y'all going out all the time, like that talking period literally shouldn't last that long, because what are we doing here? If we're spending all our time together, we're getting to know each other, it seems like there's some type of connection here and both feelings are mutual, then that talking period shouldn't be dragged out for a long period of time. So if it's a situation where y'all in the same area, y'all on the same page, and y'all feeling the same kind of way where y'all really feeling each other, I think it shouldn't be no longer than like a month. Like, why I gotta be like 3 or 4 months to be talking? That's just my
Because
opinion.
some people want to make sure before they.
I mean, you're not getting married after talking, you're just dating.
But it's
So if
still like
you
if you're
start,
saying you're exclusive.
I know, but if they end up being trash, you can just break up with them. Like, be like, all right, this shit ain't working for me. Like, niggas break up every day, B. Like, it's not a divorce. Like, you ain't got to do no paperwork and no stressful stuff. Like, if there's no kids, I mean, even if it is kids involved, like if you're dating, like it literally is a word or a couple words. Like,
But
I'm
I
done.
just feel like maybe you would. Okay. Son, Dice is such a nigga.
I don't I don't know. Like, and I really am, unfortunately. So like when I talk to a lot of my other female friends and they're just like, it's like this whole drawn out thing about feelings and emotion. I'm like, I don't get it. Cut it the fuck
No,
off.
because
Like,
I'm
I don't.
just like, well, maybe if you spent more time in the talking stage, there wouldn't be so many just like, okay, I'm done with this shit. I'm just gonna break up with them. Like that's what the talking
But
period is for.
I get it. Like, but I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm quick to cut somebody off. But in them early stages, yes, because please trust me, my 6 year relationship should have been 4, my nigga. Like, I should have been gone a long time ago. So I'm not trying to make it seem like I don't have no feelings and I don't be invested and stuff, because I definitely do. And I've definitely been in a couple of relationships that dragged on a lot longer than it should have, and definitely should have been nipped in the bud. But in those beginning stages, like if we're talking, and like I said, we on, it seems like everything's aligned. What the fuck are we dragging our feet for? Let's just like make it between me and you, and like see where this shit goes. Where like I'm really feeling you, you feeling me. Like, let's date. And if when we move to that next phase and we see like, I don't know, this shit ain't working for me, or maybe like I'm starting to see the real you, your representative is gone, and I'm not feeling it, then just be like, you know what? Maybe we should just go back to being friends, or like just be like, fuck this. That's just my opinion. What you feel about it? Because obviously you don't agree with me.
I I used to be. I won't even say I used to be, because I feel like it's different in every situation. Like, when I was dating, when my I won't even say I was dating. I was dating one person, like a dumbass. So my husband and I separated. Like, I feel like that should have been my time to be out here in the streets, but instead I was not.
You
And
were not.
I know, but I very much was just like, okay, so we talking now. What? Like, I was kind of, I guess I was rushing it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I feel like I feel like where I fucked up anyway is I shouldn't have been trying to date anybody exclusive so close after, separating with my husband anyway.
You should have been having fun.
Right. I should have been having fun. But um I don't I I don't want to I don't think any stage should be rushed anymore. I'm torn. I don't really feel like certain stages, like the talking and the dating stage, should be rushed.
It shouldn't be rushed, but it shouldn't be drugged on either. Like I said, I was in a 6 year relationship that ended up with a breakup. No engagement, no kids, no marriage. Like, that's 6 years of my damn life. And then before that, I was in a 5 year relationship. So that's all years of my life that we were dating.
Right.
my G, like no more. And then I met my husband. We literally dated a year, engaged a year, and got married. Like fuck this shit.
I guess my thing is there. I would say there needs to be a conversation in the beginning, but my thing is that things change. Like you could go
Yeah.
into a situation, and I hear a lot of men say that, like, oh, when I met Shorty, everything was cool. We was on the same page. Like we was supposed to just be kicking it. But then after a while, she started wanting more. Which,
Hmm.
like I said, I hear more men say that than women. And so
Right.
it's just like I just think I think communication, I guess, is the key. Like you,
Throughout the whole time, because like you said, it changes. So when things start changing, but I feel like men a lot of times start getting nervous. Like if you starting out where like, okay, we just kicking it, it's fun, and then after maybe sex or just dating for a while, the woman starts being like, all right, like natural progression, like where we going with this, like men just start getting nervous. Like, what you mean? Like everything is good now? Like, why? What are you doing? Please. So I don't know. Like it's kind of, I don't know. Like it's like I would say communication, but then again, like depending on how you communicate that to them, like they get brushed off. But at the end of the day, that means that they weren't for you anyway. And it's easier said when you're not in the situation. But like, I don't
I
know.
think that
But
women have to
hmm
communicate what they need better. And then they also have to just be honest with themselves. Like
hmm
I I knew where that situation was going a couple of months before it went to where it went.
it went there. Yeah.
Right. And so had I just been honest with myself then,
Or if the person would have been
I mean,
honest. Womp womp.
there's that. Like that is actually the word. But no, I'm saying like I had signs, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I asked questions like, cuz when he was presented to me, when he presented himself to me, it was as if he
Hmm.
wanted to be in a relationship and he was looking for something. Right.
Serious.
So
Hmm.
after other aspects of our relationship kind of escalated and sped up, I kind of was like, well, where is the title that comes with these benefits? But that's my, but
Right.
that's on me, you know what I'm saying? Because I
Right.
allowed those things to happen without getting the other shit that I wanted.
Right.
Fuck, I don't even know where I was going with that. But listen,
You knew where it was going before it
yeah,
went
that's
there,
a.
even though you
Oh,
communicated.
okay, that's where I was going. We have to stop lying to ourselves. Like we have made up in our minds that if a man does this, it means that. If a man does this, it means that. Or if we stick it out,
Hmm.
this could be this. And I got a friend
Right.
who did X, Y, Z. So you da da da. And it's just like, listen, we have to just say what we mean and mean what we say, and
Hmm.
stop staying and settling just because we're lonely. Just
And stop assuming.
yeah, it's just
Assume a lot.
we just gotta we just gotta do better. I think it really starts with us. Like, do
We got to stop accepting fuck
yes,
shit.
I mean that's just what it boils down to. Like, being a ride or die is not it. I don't know who's
I don't
doing
want to
that.
die. I don't want to
I
die.
mean,
I want to ride and live.
I
No pun intended.
just I don't know. People, I hear people talk about sticking it out and doing this, and you never know, and you got to give a man time to figure it out. Because when men are out here, we not thinking about relationships in that way, and y'all.
But why do we give men so many passes and we're so easy on men, but like it isn't the other way around? Like, why do we have to be so accommodating? Well, men want this, and they got to sow their royals before they settle down and whoop de whoop de boot, and you just be patient and let him cheat on you a couple times, and it'll be okay. He'll come back. Why do we have to do all that and still be sitting here like patiently waiting on the shelf while they're living their best life? Like that doesn't make any sense to me. I don't agree
We don't
that
have
that should
to.
be. No, we don't have to, but that is the picture that should be happening. Like I don't know.
You never hear about men that are dating women that are not ready to commit and just sticking around, hoping that in a couple of months or in a couple of years that that woman will change.
The only way that those situations usually happen is if some powerful woman that's really into her career and she's just like, I don't have time for the kids and the relationship right now. Like what we doing is really cool right now, but them some rich bitches that I don't hang
Yeah, I
with.
was gonna say I don't know that. I don't know that.
I, but like the average everyday us, nah, it's nah,
Okay.
it's not
So
happening. I definitely agree.
so Dice, your timeline is like after a month of talking, you think that that's time to be exclusive dating?
I mean, like a month or
Okay.
two. Like let's just say month or two, give and take, because it depends on how often y'all talk and see each other.
I I don't agree.
How long should they talk? This is not dating. This is just talking
Mm.
before it's official.
Talking to me means that I'm also probably talking to somebody else or multiple people because I don't owe you
Right.
anything.
Because you're not committed until you
Yeah,
start
so I
dating.
would, I mean, at a minimum 3 months because at that point I'm out here like flavor of love. I'm eliminating hoes, and you don't even know that it's happening. I'm like picking through, who got the best, who got it.
I mean, yeah, no, and I agree with that, but I guess why I say 1 or 2 months, because I feel like in about 1 or 2 months you already know. Like you already know if this is somebody like that I can see that I will want to date, or now we just out here having fun. And if that's the point, and that if you get to the point where it's like, nah, I'm just like living my best life and you're a part of one of those pieces on my chessboard, then me and you aren't talking. You're just fulfilling a need
Mhm.
that I have. So you just got demoted and we're no longer talking, and someone else will be stepping up to talk. So like I feel like it shouldn't take for so months to get to know somebody, to know like if you want to get to the level to say, okay, I'm feeling this person, let's try to be exclusive. Like for me, I can maybe, because a lot of times, and I'm not gonna say all the times because I got bamboozled, I can see through bullshit up front. But like I said, I have been bamboozled. So some of y'all niggas are slick out here. So, but I don't know. I think I would know after a while. Like, all right, this ain't going nowhere. But you are fulfilling a purpose. So, okay, let's move you to a different category, out of the talking and into the what you doing text.
So how long is too long to be dating before somebody is proposed to?
6 years. Shit.
Is
The
that too?
fuck? What was
You
I
know,
thinking? But then again, let me just preface this. I was young. Like I literally was. This wasn't me in my 30s or nothing. Like with somebody. I literally was in my 20s. Like I was younger, but still, I knew what I wanted, and I wanted kids. I wanted to settle down, get married, that sort of thing. But like, I don't know. Old boy was just doing his own thing, just trying to grow up and be mature, because he was still very childish. Like I said, that shouldn't have been 6 years. It should have been more like 4. But you live, you learn, blah blah blah. But how long is too long to be dating and not get engaged? Is what you're saying?
yeah, because like Tanya, I hate her name
Who the
on
fuck
Real
is
Housewives
Tanya?
of
Oh,
Atlanta.
okay, okay. I was like, who the fuck
She's
is
been
that? Okay, I thought it was
oh
somebody you
no,
knew.
she's been dating that dude for like I think like 10 years or something like that.
Look, Nitty went the fuck in on her, and it was hilarious. She was like, I don't give a fuck. Like out here dealing with her husband having cancer, and you up here talking about this dude that you dating at
And
40.
no, so what Nene said kind of was like, well, like y'all could end up getting married, or
Or it could be somebody else. Like it wasn't mean to me. I didn't take it as
I
being
didn't
mean.
take it as being mean. I feel like she just didn't want to hear that. Like she wanted somebody to be like, oh no, for sure he's going to marry you.
Yeah.
And
She needed some confirmation. And if you need some type of affirmations or confirmations, then that's some insecurities that you got with your shit that you need to address, that you need outside people to be like, oh yeah, girl, it's gonna be him. Like, no, bitch, that it shouldn't have bothered you that much.
but that was so like
10 years of dating, too fucking long. What are we waiting for? Especially at their age. Like, what the fuck are we doing at this point? Like, what are we waiting on? Like, I don't know. But too long. When you start, to me, and like I said, it definitely depends. Like when you're dating, are you long distance? Does this person like have some type of job where like maybe you guys don't, you're not around each other as often? So I don't know, but I feel like when you start hitting, let's see, dating. Like I said, it depends on age, because I feel like the younger you are, the longer you can date and it doesn't seem taboo. But when you start getting to your upper 20s, 30s, I'm saying like when you start hitting the 2 year mark, we raising eyebrows like, so what are
Really?
we fucking doing? Like dating?
Yeah.
Eh, Imagine being 30 something and we're dating for like 2 some years and like we just still like, that's my boyfriend, y'all.
Okay.
Me and my boyfriend going to the store, honey.
Okay, I get what you're saying when you're putting it in that age range. So here's my thing.
Mhm.
I think that most people shouldn't even get married until they're at least 30. I mean, I tell my daughter that all the time. Like,
Oh,
don't
for sure.
even get married
For
until you're
sure.
30. Like, do your 20s. Yeah,
Enjoy your
figure your
20s,
life, figure yourself
please.
out, figure your life out. Because I feel like just finding yourself is a key piece to being married to anyone at any age or
For
whatever.
sure. You gotta know what you like, what you don't like. Like, you don't know that shit early in life. You think you do.
But
You don't.
I think that, and this is crazy because my husband and I definitely got married like hella fast, but
Hmm.
I feel like 2 years is kind of fast. I just
Oh.
I do like.
Take a sip of my lemon lime water.
I feel like 2 years is not long enough to really. I'm not saying to really know someone, because you definitely should know someone in 2 years.
Hell
I
yeah.
just,
The
I
fuck?
just could see someone waiting a little bit longer Oh, I'm so conflicted.
It depends on the situation though. Like there are certain circumstances that you're just like, I don't know, like maybe the person got a job and they went overseas for like 6 months and like that time away, or I don't know. So I can understand stretching it out, but I feel like in older years, like fuck no. Like people got clocks that are ticking. If y'all want kids, like, and you supposed to be dating somebody for 5 years,
So you
like
think five
you
years
start
is
dating at
too
30.
long? It's
Yeah. What the imagine you meet somebody at 29, y'all start dating, and then like at 34 you're like, I'm finally ready, me and my boyfriend got engaged. Like get the fuck
I
out
feel
of
like
here.
that's okay, because it's like,
Oh, okay. And let me preface with this: if it works for you, then that's good, boo. I'm not shading nobody and nobody's timeline. Y'all can wait 40 years, y'all can meet at 18 and get together at 50. I don't care. If it works for you and it makes you happy, that's amazing. I'm just saying, for dice, nah. I was in them long ass relationships that didn't end in nothing, and that shit was trash.
I think that I think that marriage is supposed to be for a lifetime.
For
Divorces
sure.
are like 50% I think at this point.
50%.
Like, the shit is
Mm-hmm.
crazy. And then if you've been divorced once, that shit goes up to like 70% once you get into the next marriages.
Because you really like, look, I'll cut a bitch
Right.
off. I don't paperwork and all. I don't give a
Right.
fuck.
Um I think that for that type of commitment, a lifetime. Let's say the lifespan is you're gonna live till you're at least 80. If you
Okay.
get married at 30, but y'all just started dating when you were 28, you basically invested in something for 2 years for like a 50-year return. I'm looking at it like that's a lot.
So, what is it that you plan to gain in this dating phase that would need about 5 years to get, that you can't get into? I guess that's what I need insight in. Like, why? What do you, during this dating phase? Like, what exactly is going on to prep you for the marriage? Are you saying like this is to get to know somebody, or like why does it need to be
I
a
think
longer
that
stretch of
first
time?
year of dating is cute. Like, I
Yeah.
just think it's like a cute year. So to me, that shit
Hmm.
don't even like it don't even count. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a very cute year. For the most part, things are going smoothly.
But yeah, too, it's the real raw
But I
you.
mean, most people say that the honeymoon stage ends around like year 3, and it's
uh, of dating.
period. Like period. You know, like that's what they say. Like if you've been with
Oh,
somebody for a long period of time, around year 3 is when the honeymoon period usually
oh.
fades. And
Maybe because I give people the real me up front, so that honeymoon phase be over like month two. They're like, "Oh, she's a bitch for real."
but that's what I'm saying, like what you were saying, the whole representative. So my thing is like, if you're a lot of people are not being honest, and that's what it boils
So
down.
you can really keep up a facade for a fucking year, my G? Like
Think
you
about it.
need to
You
get
don't
your
see
ass
that
a
person
fucking.
every single day. You may talk to them every day, but you don't see them every day. You don't interact with them. Oh,
But if you're dating somebody for a year, you mean to tell me y'all not talking at least daily or every other day, and at least going out on a date or seeing each other once a week? That is aside from if you're doing a long
I'm
distance
not talking about
relationship.
long distance relationships. I'm saying let's y'all in the same general area. And yeah, it's just like a regular relationship. Y'all talk to each other every day. Y'all go out every week. I still feel like,
You still month 12, you still acting?
I mean, maybe.
Nigga. I mean, it's possible, but I don't know. 2 years, I don't. And like I said, that's just me. I feel like I would be able to know. I would just, like I said, I don't feel like right at fucking year 2 you should be on your knee like bam, even though that would be amazing if it's the right person. But like I feel like some serious conversations to need to start happening around that time to be like, all right, so what are we doing? Like, we've been together for a long time. Like, where do you see us going? Like, are we working towards, possibly being married, being together? I know we've been dating exclusively. Like, some questions need to be asked because, like, am I going to waste like another 2 years and then like we're just like, oh, we just fizzled out,
So
fizzle,
my
fizzle.
friend was
Like, what the
dating
fuck?
someone for some years, and she felt that way as well. Like, what's happening? Like, and his thing was that he didn't feel like he was um ready, in a sense, not like he didn't want to be with her, but more so I guess like he wanted to be the provider and he wasn't there. So he wanted to focus on his career so that he could be that provider once they were married. And she didn't like that answer.
I
So
wouldn't either.
they are not together, and she has moved on.
Sounds good.
But
That sounds like a
I think
perfect
that's
thing.
a legitimate reason. If it's a legitimate reason, I like if it's not just a bullshit answer. Like on one hand, at the time, because I was not married then. So at the time, I was like, that's bullshit. Because at that time in my life, I did feel like 2 years, you should know. Like when you
All
know.
right.
But now
Mm-hmm.
that I'm thinking about it, it's just like, he might be in hella debt. He might want to kind of handle that before he gets into something.
But then should she be on pause to wait until he gets his life together? That could take like 5 years, depending on how much debt you got and if are you going to get this promotion on your job or not? Like, I mean, like, how long do you wait for that?
No, I definitely, I,
Because then what happens if they don't even make it? She really will be kicking
right.
herself in the ass.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like better communication maybe
Hmm.
could could work. Like, hey, I right now I would love to marry you, but I got $100,000 in student uh loans, and I want to be able to provide you with the wedding and the honeymoon and get you the house and the white picket fence, but you know I
I can't
can't
do
do it
that,
now.
man.
Give me a year. So
So as a happy medium for Shay and Dice to meet in the middle, how about around the two? I'll give you three because you want to stretch this shit out. 3 year mark. There should at least be a conversation about where we're headed and are we going to get married, and if so, what type of time frame. And at that pivotal point, both parties need to decide, are we going to move further with waiting that amount of time? Are we going to get like engaged and stuff like in the soon future? Or is this just not working because like what each person want isn't on sync and we let the relationship go? Can we at least say that we can have the conversation to see where we
Oh,
go
for
from there at
sure.
like 3 years?
I
Okay.
mean, we could have the conversation in 2 years. I like the conversation has to be had at some point. I mean, I would.
Right. I think a year in would be too early to have the conversation. Like, I mean, for some it wasn't early for me. But like for some people, like a year is like, eesh, that's kind of early. But like 2, 3 years, at least I can say we can at least start having a conversation about what the fuck are we
I
doing
don't even.
and what is our future looking like.
I feel like in the very early stages of dating, you should be asking someone like, "Hey, do you want to be married? Do you want to have kids?" Like, you need to know that from the
Yeah,
beginning.
that sort of stuff. Yeah, off the rip, but I'm talking about like me and you
Oh, yeah,
specifically.
yeah,
Like, what are we doing? Like, are we going to get married, or do you feel like this is not something that is going to progress to that serious level? Like, do you not even see me in that type of, role? Like, are we just like really like dating and kicking it, like keeping it real light and cute? Or do you see me as the person that you want to be with for the rest of your life? And if so, like, when. But at the same time, that can be tricky because having that conversation coming from the woman, then you might come off super aggressive, and the man's just like, "Yo, I didn't see that." So I don't know. You
Do
gotta
you
kind
think
of
that men know?
figure it out.
Like, because I've heard like this is what I was told. Men know pretty early on if you are the type of woman that he would propose to. Not to say that
Yes,
you are going to be the person, but you're the type. And then,
they can see themselves marrying
right,
you.
like
Yeah,
the argument I've heard from women is that men know when they know, and so they don't need. If a man is waiting that long, it's because he's waiting for something better or waiting to see if something
right.
better is going to show up.
I can agree with that. When I look back at my past relationships, the ones that actually said like, they could see themselves marrying me actually still regret not being with me, and those that we kind of touched on it but didn't, like, they're just fine and living life, like, so I know they definitely wasn't the one. So I agree with that. Like, if like, apparently my husband knew, because look, I gave this man every out. I was like, look, live your best life. It will not affect anything that we have going on. Trust and believe. And he still was like, no, like, I want to be committed to you. And I was like, well, look, I'm telling you, you don't have to do this to keep me around. Like, I promise. So I feel like you do. At least the mature ones do. These young niggas just out here slanging it and they don't give a
Right.
fuck. So,
I would love to
but
hear
the
from some
mature ones,
men, like, to let us know if that's true. Because, I don't think I've ever
right?
asked a man, like, if that's true.
Do
Like, do
you
you
know?
know?
I asked my husband, but they're supposed to
Yeah, I
give
was
the
gonna
right
say I'm
answer.
not gonna
So.
ask. I'm not gonna ask my husband.
We're gonna definitely put that on our page. We can probably put that as a question of the
Yeah.
day and just see, like, kind of get a poll in the field of polls, a poll in the field. Oh
Yeah.
Jesus, ow, ow, to kind of see what gauge the male listeners.
Okay.
That'll be a good question.
So, wow, I didn't think we were gonna be
Whoopity
like
scoop.
so.
I know.
We're just like on a total different.
We went a whole different route,
Yeah, like, okay, y'all.
but I feel like that was a good
I
conversation,
guess,
though.
girl.
You said, "I guess, girl." Listeners like, y'all went on a whole nother tangent.
Okay,
Okay.
so we moving into tea time. Okay,
Yeah.
you start first, girl.
Okay. Look, Shake had a whole new voice. Okay. You say I saw
Yeah.
first? Oh, okay. I missed that part. Um, so I'm sure a lot of you guys, like, both of my little tea pieces have been all up and through social media and on the news and stuff. The first one, the game. I'm just gonna address this really short and sweet. He is so childish and he's so trash. Like, I feel like the song which I have not heard this. I don't even know if it's released yet, but I've seen like the
Mm-hmm.
lyrics or whatever of this song that he has where he's going in talking about all these bitches he done smashed, which I feel like this is the second song that he's like called out females' names or something like that about girls he done smashed, and some of these women are married and engaged, and he's just, I feel like it's just disrespectful. He mentioned Kim and Kanye. He mentioned Joe Budden and Sin, and Joe wasn't here for the
You
fuck
know he
shit.
was
He
not.
definitely he definitely addressed that motherfucker on his show. And I just say kudos to him. Like I get it. Like whatever the fuck happened before me, I give no fucks about. And like the fact that this never came up any other time but now.
Right.
Like you're doing this shit for some promotion because you know Joe Budden is popular, like he's on a lot of shows, his name is out there, like you know. So why not be like, oh yeah, I smashed your fiance, whoopty whoopty whoop. You're doing this to get some. He's doing his 50 Cent shit. The shit, the trolling. That's basically what he's doing. My tea time is about trolling. That's exactly what it's about. So that's what he was doing. But at the end of the day, it actually worked because here we are talking about it. Like, which I feel like that was the whole aim that game was going for. The aim, the game that was actually going
Bars.
for. What, right? You know what I'm saying? Bars was to get to his single or whatever to be talked about, which he succeeded. But anyway, trash. You're trash game for
I
doing
think
that.
he's corny for that. And then I would just want to point out that I thought Nicki Minaj was corny when she did that Barbie Dream song, even though I know it was a play
Yes.
on like Big song and Kim's too, even though she won't acknowledge that because Kim did it as well.
Mm-hmm.
But
For
I
sure.
just thought it was like, is this what we're doing? Like, even if it's just for shock value, it just was corny. I don't know. Like I for the game, it is. I'm going to assume that he's um like putting facts out there, like people he actually slept with. I know Nikki's thing was more for fun, but
Right.
either way,
It still
I
was
just think
like,
that they're all corny. Like, why are y'all name dropping
right.
in songs? That's just
All the people that you done smash. Like,
I don't
grow
like
up.
when anybody does it. I don't want it to seem like
Right.
I'm just picking on the game or Nikki. I just think that is corny in general. Like nobody would have known and nobody really
Nobody
cares.
really cares, right? Unless you got a tape out that you trying to show and shit. We don't give a
Okay.
fuck.
And so
Okay.
I'm actually
So,
really disappointed because Game has provided us with quality eggplant Friday pictures. And now I gotta side eye those because it's attached to a cornball. It's like I have to crop it
yeah.
out and just
That's usually how it is.
Jesus. Just all that attached to a corny nigga. That is a damn shame.
Exactly. A
Oh,
waste.
waste.
A whole ass waste. So, yeah, I'm done with
Troll
that.
number two.
So, troll number two. Actually, I'm gonna roll two of them in one. Um, Tommy Lauren bitch ass and Demi Lovato.
Okay.
So I'm sure everybody has heard about 21 Savage, Sir 21 Savage, who has been detained. I don't know if he was deported, but I know he was detained by ICE because apparently he's not a U.S. citizen.
Who
Allegedly,
knew?
I
Definitely
had
thought he was from
no
Atlanta.
fucking dog. I thought he was a whole
Like,
ass hood
what?
nigga from America. Like, definitely didn't know he was a daggone what's his name? Idris Alba. I had no clue. So he got the I don't know if he's deported, but he got detained by ICE, which is Immigration Customs. What's the
Don't
E?
ask me. Y'all know what it is. He got detained by ICE.
Enforcement. Immigration Customs Enforcement. If I'm wrong, at me. Anyway, so because he was on a visa and it is long has been expired. So of course, like when any shocking news happens, everybody's on social media. They got things to say. You know, the memes were hella popping. I feel like 2 seconds after it was announced. And we'll start with Tommy Lauren, who tweeted, "I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 ICE agents ready to put your ass. Which is his song. You know how his
Mm-hmm.
song goes. And Cardi B jumped in and said, don't make me get my leash.
Like,
Like my whole ass leash. And that goes back to when they was going back and forth and she was like, bitch, I'll walk you.
yes.
Like, it's like, I'll get my fucking leash. Like, don't even try it. And fucking Demi Lovato came out of fucking left field and tweeted, so far 21 Savage memes have been my favorite part of the Super Bowl. Nigga, when I say Black Twitter lit her the fuck up so bad that she deactivated her fucking Twitter. Then she went on to her Instagram, I believe it was, and she had to explain herself. I wasn't laughing at anyone getting deported. I know that's not a joke. Not have I ever laughed at that. The meme I posted was of him being writing with a feather pen. Sorry if I offended anyone, but it's no excuse to laugh at someone's addiction, let alone their overdose. Um, is that what she said? Lastly, I wasn't making fun on anything having to do with deportation or even anything against him. I was laughing at who the fuck knew 21 was British. Literally no one. That's it. It doesn't go deeper than that. I'm sorry if I upset people truly. So they was getting in her shit. If y'all don't know, Demi Lovato had an overdose. She was doing drugs and like I think that was like a year ago. Like it was kind of recent, if I'm not mistaken. But they went in on her ass like about commenting on 21 Savage being deported and went the fuck off and she deleted her shit. Wale even jumped in and was like, why is somebody freedom even funny? I don't get the joke. She tried to come back with a rebuttal and was like, Wale is just salty that I never replied to his tweets years ago. And I'm not a fan of Wale, but he definitely came with a clap back and was like, I'm still not going to disrespect you. I'm still saying my prayers for you, Demi. Glad that you saw my old tweets. Hopefully, you also saw the ones providing comfort and prayer when you were down. I don't kick people when they're down. Go ahead, Queen. So he kept it super classy because you know Wale can pop the fuck off. He's a super unstable and emotional and he will pop.
He's a male
But I
Virgo,
just
so.
for fucking sure. He's like the poster child for
No.
Virgos.
Male
But let me
Virgos.
say male Virgos. But yeah. Demi, what the fuck? Like, bitch, look, black people, let them post their memes, okay? But Demi, I need you to get your whole entire life. Like,
Why?
literally.
I'm gonna let y'all know. I don't agree with none of that shit. I didn't get it. I didn't understand why Black Twitter was upset. Yikes.
Dog.
The memes were
Like,
funny, and none of the memes were laughing at him being deported. All of the memes were just about the shock that he was from the UK. Like there was a whole thread of memes, and I saw the one that she posted on her page, and I was cackling. Like I was in here dying, not at the fact that he was detained, because for one, I'm like, it's 21 Savage. I'm sure if he's smart, he has a little bit of money tucked to the side. He'll be able to go through the process to extend his visa or try to get dual citizenship.
but is it that easy to do that? Doesn't he have kids and shit?
I don't know what the process is, but I'm just saying the memes were not about that. The memes were about the fact that they didn't know that he was from the UK. Like I saw one that was like, you can no longer call him 21 Savage. You have to now call him Sir Savage of the 21st. And
Yeah, I
and
saw
I was
that.
like, to me, it was funny. And here's the thing, niggas make memes out of everything, okay? Even when the
Right.
shit ain't even
Keyword
funny.
nigga.
Like, but
Yeah.
I didn't realize that like jokes had a I mean, obviously, I feel like racial jokes, obviously, if somebody is talking about a nigga joke, and a white
Oh
person is
yeah.
laughing a little too hard, I might be looking at them like, bitch, why you find that shit so funny? But like those memes, I didn't feel like they were harmful. And I felt what she was saying, like, so y'all really about to call this bitch a crackhead because she laughed at the fact that he's writing with a feather pen? Like, I don't know.
I am just going to say this. Everybody, especially celebrities, know how the fuck social media is. So please be careful before you cackle and laugh and try to go in on somebody else when you got your old fucking bones in your closet. Because you already know Twitter, Instagram, all of that is going to dig in your shit and pull up your stuff. So before you go judging and thinking something else is funny, just make sure that you make sure your own shit is
Nigga.
according, is lined
This
up.
Twitter shit, this social media shit for me is crazy because it's like, if you fucked up in the past or you got any skeletons, you basically can't
It'll
do
be brought
shit.
up at any
Yeah.
time. You better have deleted your shit. You see what they did to Kevin Hart and everybody else? You remember we brought that up a couple
Yeah.
episodes
I
before?
just
Yeah, they would dig up your shit.
I
So
just thought it was
I
so funny
guess
because my whole Twitter thread was just memes, 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 memes.
I guess if you a celebrity, you need to just don't post no fucking memes. Cause yeah, you can laugh,
Like, I
but
guess you
I
gotta
guess
laugh with your friends and not on social
yeah,
media.
you better go in your fucking group
Dog,
chat
it's tough out
and get
here
your
for
laughs
y'all.
off.
I felt sorry for her. And not because, and you know what? I felt some kind of way too. Like, I don't want to be out here caping for Disney Channel stars, or, like, what are we doing? I just kind of felt like it was hypocritical of, like, everybody. Because it, like, all of a sudden it became an issue of morality, like, oh, deportation is not anything to laugh about, and blah 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 blah. But it was just like, but nigga, we was just laughing. Like,
Mm.
and yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I guess you learned the lesson.
Niggas.
Leave the niggas alone.
I guess.
What's your tea?
Okay.
Did I have any other tea? No, you don't really be watching Love and Hip Hop Miami, do you? You ain't
um
been keeping up.
I put it on the other
Oh,
day,
so
but
all right, so no, let's just skip it because you don't know what the fuck is going on.
I did
Come on,
have
Shay, don't even try to
it
play
on.
like you fucking caught up. Well, I put it.
I
No,
was
you ain't
doing my
watching this
homework
shit.
though.
All right, go to your tea because I'm not even gonna bring this up. Go ahead.
Okay, so the first thing is kind of ties into the tea that we brought up last week, which I won't say is tea, but Jesse Smollett, is that how we're pronouncing it?
Oh, yeah.
Since last week I have heard a couple of, mostly men, basically say that they do not believe that the incident occurred. Basically, like, they feel like it's kind of sketchy on the details, and uh for whatever reasons, and it kind of is annoying to
Mm-hmm.
me because it's just like, when we hear that, for instance, the Chris Brown thing, right?
Right.
The Chris Brown, he was arrested, and before we got the "that bitch lying" caption, we
Mm-hmm.
already were telling everyone to kind of chill, like, hold on, y'all,
Let's
let's
get
get
all the
all the
facts
facts.
first.
And it's like, with this one, it's just like, y'all want to see a video of it, and the video that
Mm-hmm.
came out, it was blurry, it was
Grainy or
grainy, it was this, it was
something.
that, and it's just
Mm-hmm.
like, I feel like it's because he's gay. I'm just gonna put that out there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like people.
If it was a straight man that was attacked, it would be
I
outrage.
really feel like that. It kind of pissed me off because it's like Liam Neeson from Taken, the star from Taken.
Yeah.
He talks
Mm-hmm.
about how, like, he had a friend who was attacked by somebody black, and so he kind of had this rage inside of him where he felt like he just wanted to go out and punch a random black person or get in a fight with a random.
No, he said no. He said kill,
Oh,
my G.
okay,
He said he wanted to
okay.
murder.
Well, I was trying to throw him a
I
bone.
heard that. No, I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I'm not saying that that's right, but I understand that anger and that feeling of
Right.
having someone close to you
Yes.
violated, and you're just like, yo, I can't get my hands on the motherfucker who did it, so I just want to hurt somebody. Not saying that that's right, but I get it. But yeah, that nigga definitely said murder. I was like, oh damn.
Yeah, that's a little
You trying to kill
crazy.
niggas out here?
But
And he said a black
yes,
bastard.
he did. I bring that up because I just, people are saying like, another thing about the story is like, who just goes out here wanting to just like attack black people for no reason, and it's like then Liam Neeson comes out with this story, and we're like,
I just wanted to attack anybody.
example, guys, like it's not that far fetched. Like this nigga said this, and he should know better because of his platform, and he should have known like he was going to get backlash for this. But like he at the end of the day, he's a normal human. So imagine somebody that just hates black people just to hate black people, and then on top
Their
of
whole
that,
life, that's what they
they
do.
hate gay people. So they got a 2-for-1 when they saw Jesse strut down
Right.
shit. And not to say like the little theory that Joe Budden brought up on his
Yeah, I
podcast.
heard that about the lovers quarrel and they followed them and jumped them or something like that. At the end of the day, until we got receipts, nobody was there.
Exactly.
We don't know what the fuck happened besides them people that attacked him, and it's gonna come out eventually.
And that's my thing. It's just like we were very quick to rush the judgment for this person, Jesse Smollett. But with Chris Brown, it was like, hold on, wait. And honestly, and hear me out, there were some people who was like, fuck Chris Brown because of his past. Like he has a past of being a violent person.
Off the rip, it's like, fuck that nigga, he did it.
And we were sitting here saying like, no, we shouldn't judge their past. We need to wait until we get all the facts. And niggas are just rushing to this assumption, and it just pissed me off. Like
it goes back to the cancel culture episode. They ready to cancel a nigga off the rip. It don't take much.
So I have to pull my next story up. I'm sorry, I didn't have it queued up. Yeah. So I was scrolling on Facebook when I saw that writer Bret Easton Ellis, he wrote the movie American Psycho. Don't know if you've seen it. Came out like 2001 or something like that. But it's basically about like your standard like white business guy that's basically killing niggas on this, not niggas, but like just killing people. And he's living like this double life or whatever. So he has a podcast, and he feels that Black Panther is being shoved down our throats, and that the Oscars are only nominating the movie to show that they're being inclusive and to show that they're into diversity. And
so he doesn't agree that the movie was good. He's just saying they doing it because it's a black movie.
He said, and I quote, "No superhero movie has ever gotten a Best Picture nomination, but believe me, Disney is doing everything in its power to make sure this happens. Even though there was no one out here in La La Land I met who thinks Black Panther is that good of a movie, yet as a piece of representation, they are supporting it." I'd also like to point out that his last movie, called The Curse of Downers Grove, has a 15% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, while Black Panther has a 97% rating.
Oh, so this nigga just salty. He in his feelings. That's what that is. He big mad.
I love Black Panther, and I don't like superheroes as much as everybody. Superhero movies as much as everyone else.
I definitely am not.
And I'm not even gonna lie, I liked it because it was a bunch of niggas and doing a bunch of nigga shit, and I loved it.
Being super,
you know.
And they had Michael Bay.
Oh my god, slurp.
That's slurp. All right, so we think not just like.
I feel like, okay. Do I feel like Black Panther is Best Picture worthy? I feel like a lot of the movies that have been nominated for Best Picture have not been Best Picture worthy. So,
but don't they go by pictures that came out that year?
Yeah.
So if you look at it, they're not saying of all times in the whole fucking world.
He's saying he doesn't think that it should have been nominated for that year period. He's saying it wasn't that good of a movie to be nominated for Best Picture.
Like I mean, the sales alone, like, what are you talking about? The buzz, like how everybody was going. Black people was in droves dressing up like we was going back to the motherland. Like, what are you
But that
talking
doesn't
about? No,
necessarily drive the nominations for Oscars. I will say that because I know when I actually used to watch these shits, most of the time the movies that were in that category I had never even heard of. They're like them artsy fartsy movies that you know.
so it's a panel that judges it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure that I don't think they have any standard, like, okay, we're going to judge it on this. Like, it's all subjective, I would believe, like their feelings on it. So I'm sure for one movie where it might not be super popular, but like maybe it's deep in artsy fartsy. But with Black Panther, maybe they was like, okay, it's also like a lit movie, but, and it like was fucking getting the most ratings, and like it touched so many people and made Black people be like, oh yeah, we super.
I think
Look on the
that
screen.
the Oscar panel, so here's the thing. I agree and disagree with him. I feel like a
Mm-hmm.
couple years ago there was that Oscar so white hashtag. And so the Oscars are doing everything in their power to show that, hey, we like Black people. See? We nominated Black Panther. And I agree with him on that side of things cuz I feel like while I love Black Panther, there's so many Black movies that I feel like should have been nominated.
That year?
No, I'm just saying in general. If we're talking about
Oh.
the Oscars, every year there are movies that I feel like could have been nominated that weren't.
Mm-hmm.
So I do,
You're just talking about the timing of it.
yes, I agree when he's saying like, I feel like they're uh, nominating it just to say, hey, look,
Look.
yeah. But he can also suck my dick because
The drink actually was good.
I mean
So.
it was a good movie, and not only just that, it's just like a lot of them fucking movies that have been being nominated for years were shoved down our fucking throats that weren't that good. Like, and they were no shade white. So what's the fucking difference? Like, fucking
Because
deal
it's
with
Black
it.
people.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't
Let us have our shit.
exactly. I don't think that he would be saying that shit about the crash. I remember that one year. I think that was like 2005. Not that.
And I'm not even a fucking fan of like Star Wars shit. And I feel that like that shit gets shoved down. I fucking throw all the
Oh,
time.
it
Like, get
does.
the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
Like, fuck out of here.
I feel the same way when it comes to Star Wars.
Fucking
Actually,
hate Star
I
Wars.
don't
Like,
hate it. I just don't think it's. I'm not waiting for an attempt for no movie, but I just don't
I'm
get
not.
it.
I don't get the fascination with the shit. How bomb it is. Like, oh, it's amazing. We got their picture on every fast food restaurant, and we got new toy. Like, fuck that. Like, fuck that shit. If you into it, you into it. But it's just not my cup of tea.
Like when I read that article, I was like, I like to me, I went to Avatar because white people love to throw Avatar. They were shoving
Mm,
Avatar down our motherfucking throats,
for
and I didn't
fucking
think
sure.
Avatar was that goddamn good. But
The whole
the
world.
whole world was on Avatar's dick. So it was just like, were you
They
saying
blue
that
balls.
year? So I can't help but feel like I understand where he's coming from, but I also feel like he mad.
All
So
right. You big mad.
yeah.
Somebody give him the Laurie Salt Award. We about to start having Laurie Salt Awards
Oh
because
yeah, yes, bitch. Topics, listeners.
yes, it is.
Next week, new segments. Because this
The Laurie
always,
Salt Award.
we always got one.
Always got a salty motherfucker to give the next award to. So our first recipient, it is you, sir. Congratulations.
And your movie wasn't that goddamn good, bitch. Okay.
15%. Do better next
Right.
time, babe. Do better. Go back to the drawing board.
So this is unlike usually after tea time we move into the good, the bad, the ugly, the whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
this week
Oh.
I have a kind of a controversial blah, 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 topic that I wanted to throw your
Uh-oh.
way.
Oh, I'm nervous. What? You're going to get me in trouble.
No,
Anytime it's controversial topics.
it is about masturbation and children or teens.
Oh, God.
So,
Teens or children?
well, obviously, I'm not talking about children, although there are studies about how
Yeah.
when kids discover that, hey, I have parts down there, they will touch them,
Mm-hmm.
although it's not necessarily to entice themselves. It's just like, oh, look, I have a vagina. But so, no, I'm not talking
Right.
about that. I'm talking about, okay, listen.
Okay, just tell me. Tell
So
me. Tell me.
I'm in a group on Facebook. It's like a closed group. And
Mm-hmm.
so people just, they talk freely, whatever. So this one woman, she said that she had children. They're, well, teenagers,
Mm-hmm.
like I want to say both high school age, and how they had always had to talk about sex, and they talked about, the reproductive organs and all that good stuff. But she had a conversation with them, and she, I guess, encouraged masturbation. And a lot, it brought up a huge debate in the comment section, because a lot of people were like, nah. But then other people, and I didn't join in, but a lot of people felt the way that I felt, because I know they were both girls that she was talking. Her kids are both girls.
It's better to pop off than to go out here slutting it out, I guess. Like, what the
So
fuck?
a lot of the people that felt like me were just like, I feel like they were saying like, uh y'all wouldn't be commenting like this if she was talking to two boys.
Mm.
So I wanted to know, like, what your thoughts were on
Oh,
that.
Jesus. So I don't think that I would necessarily promote it to my children. Like, yeah, just go in the room and get it going. Like, I don't ever see me being that cool to say that. But at the same time, like, I wouldn't down them or shun them if that was their thing, because that will be their thing, I'm sure, at some point in their life. Like, it's going to happen. So I wouldn't necessarily be like, no, don't do that shit. Like, no, it's nasty. Woo, woo. Like, but at the same time, I don't think I will be an advocate. I'm like, yeah, like, why don't you just do that? Like, I mean, I kind of, and I don't, wasn't in the, I'm not in the group, and I don't know the whole, conversation. So I don't know if it was like, you know, instead of out here smashing
Well, that's kind of
guys.
what it was. Like, one of the daughters was like saying she was like thinking about it, and the
Right.
mom was saying like she loves the fact that her daughter didn't do it. Like, she actually,
And do it. She actually
right. And
talked to her.
so the mom was like, obviously she doesn't want her daughters to be out here having sex, but she has to be realistic, because a lot of people are not waiting until marriage.
Especially around that,
Right.
and then like around that those teenage years, like the hormones and stuff. I mean, you're getting that before, high school and stuff. But like, you having boyfriends, and like you around people that might already be having sex, and like, that sort of thing. So I get it. The temptation is there. The hormones are super strong. I don't know what the hell. Like, there's super strong hormones when you're fucking teenagers. Like, so I get it. And I kind of get where she's coming from. Like, why don't you just masturbate instead of fucking with
Well,
these dudes? Like, because it's not going to be worth it. But I don't think that, me personally, I could ever imagine those words coming out my mouth to my
well,
children.
that was the other piece that I wasn't get. I wanted to kind of like gauge where you were at first, because a lot of what, not a lot, but some of what she was saying was that, you know, you're gonna go out here and have sex with somebody that can't even and
It's going to be
yeah.
trash. Like, that part, I'm actually, when my daughter comes to age, when we have that talk, I'm like, look, I'll be 100% honest. Like, you're going to regret it. Like, if you have sex early, you're going to fucking regret it. It is going to be trash. Like, I'm letting you know, you might as well wait, like, till you get older. At least both of y'all might know a little bit more, be more educated about your damn body, to at least make it pleasurable. Like, no, like, fuck no, it's going to be
Well,
trash. So you're going to lose it for what
that
reason?
so that's where the kind of uproar came from, and that's why I said people looked at it like she was encouraging it, because what she was telling her daughters was like, listen, I can't stop you from doing something that you're going to do at some point. However, I would suggest that you masturbate so that you can get in touch with your body, because a lot of women,
Mm,
listen, a lot of women do not even um have not orgasmed, and
right.
grown women. And so what she,
I hate pretending.
right. And so what she was saying was, as you know, especially at y'all age, like these little boys aren't going to know what they're not, they're figuring it out with you. You know what I mean? So she was
Exactly.
like,
As much as they pretend.
so she basically told her daughters, like, listen, you know, how about you find out what you like before you go out here with these little boys, basically.
No, I get 100% what the fuck she's saying, and everything she's saying is true. I'm just saying, for me, I don't know that I could say that. Like, I would just feel weird being like, "Girl, go just masturbate." Like, I don't think that that could ever come out of my mouth. Now, if it's a conversation where my child brings up masturbation and she's or he is asking questions, then I would answer those questions truthfully. But I don't think that I could be the one suggesting it and bringing it to the table. Like, nah, instead of fucking, just beat off. Like, what are you talking about? Like, figure it out. Like, I don't know how I would be able to finesse that to make me comfortable enough to say it. So I'm not disagreeing with what she's saying, because I feel like everything that you just told me that she said is, I didn't see a lie in any
right,
of that. But just, I don't know how I would communicate that to my teenager, preteen, whatever age, that I don't feel uncomfortable and they not looking at me like, "Mom, that's fucking
right.
disgusting." So like, I don't
I
know.
think that uh well, I know that this was not even a thought in my mind, but I
Hmm.
think that should my child come up to me and express that she is interested in sex, that I will bring it up. And only because I feel like I I want more women to take ownership of their own sexuality and knowing what
Hmm.
it is that they like, and not just be out here. I mean, I didn't have an orgasm until I was like 23. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
my guy.
Mm.
um, I would like for more. I just I, I want her to have a healthy view on sex. You
Right.
know, I don't want to shame her. I want her to know that there are options to pleasure. It doesn't have to be with no
Right.
rusty ass nigga. Um,
Right.
and so,
That also don't know what they
right.
doing. And you have this vision that this is what sex is, so it ain't supposed to feel good. I guess it's supposed to be this way. Like, no, no, honey.
And I'm saying all this and it sounds good on paper, but if I'm being honest, I don't know how that
I don't know
conversation
how I
would
would
come
have.
up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
and
I think it's going to be an uncomfortable conversation, like, especially if it's at a younger age. You're like, oh my God,
but
why?
like my parents never talked to me about masturbation. So,
My parents never talked to me about
well, your
sex,
parents
period.
are a lot older.
Oh, yeah. Like, literally, I learned everything from my best friend at the time, her mom. Her mom was a single mom, and like she was super lit. Like, she was a little bit younger. She would like cover for me when we wanted to go out and go to the go-go's, and my parents was like, "You better go your ass in the
Right.
room." Like, I literally be like, "Oh, well, I'm, spending the night over my best friend's house." And then her mom would be like, "Look, please don't get in trouble. Like, I don't want to hear your dad's mouth.
Right.
Like, please." You know what I'm saying? So she allowed me to have the freedoms that my parents definitely wasn't gonna give me, which I'm hip to now. So my kids better not try it. But
Well, my parents were younger, and so it was like my mom would answer my questions if I asked them, but she wasn't
but there was
volunteering
they didn't come to you.
information. And then my
Mm,
dad, he just, just basically don't fuck,
don't do it.
don't fuck.
Did you feel comfortable going to your mom though?
Um, no, because the first time, so when I was 11, I found out what a blowjob was, and I feel like I was the last person to find out. Everybody knew, and I was the only one. I was like, "What is a blowjob?" So I asked my mom what it was, and I remember this day vividly. I was like, Dana told me, da 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 blowjob, and I think I have an idea what it is, but I don't really know. So I'm asking you, and so she like, and then she started explaining what it was, and I was like, boys don't even wipe themselves. People be putting their mouth on it. And I was just going through this whole thing, and I had just started my period. So I was like, I bleed out of there. It's a lot of hair, because
Right.
back then. Anywho,
Right.
so
I'm with you.
after I got over like the just pure disgust of what I thought oral sex was, I was like, Mom, I mean, so do you do that? And I did say it
Oh.
kind of accusatory, I guess, because in my mind, I was just like, is this just something that everybody is doing, or is just, just some shit some people do?
Nasty
Right.
joints. Right.
And my mom was like, "Ugh, this is just not appropriate to talk about at the dinner table." And so in my mind, I remember I was friends with this dude. I'm not going to put his name out there because fuck him.
Mhm.
But I remember I
Oh.
called him and I was like, oh my God, my mom does blah, 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 blah. And he was like, how do you know? I was like, because she wouldn't say anything. So that means she must do it. And that's nasty. And that bitch can't drink off my cups no more because that's nasty. I mean, I was so
You've
serious.
been petty at a
I
young age.
that's she is saying nothing good that bitch off like she's out of here. So
No sipping off my cup, ma'am.
after that, I kind of was just like, she gonna give me an answer, but only to a certain extent. Like,
Hmm.
my daughter has already flat out asked me, like, do I have sex? Do I enjoy sex? Uh, yeah.
I don't want to go down that road. Luckily, when I was probably Mars, a little bit older than Mara, I'm thinking her age, like a little bit older. When I was in like junior high school, I actually had friends that were sexually active at the
Mm-hmm.
time. So between my best friend's mom at the time and my sexually active friends, I learned everything, my G. Like, I look, I'm and it's sad, like I had to learn from my peers because like they could have been feeding me all wrong information. But like you said, my parents were older and like their whole thing was like, don't do it. We won't want to hear about it. Like, fuck out of here with that shit. Let's talk about something else. Like, what are we doing here? Which is crazy because like you literally had two other kids before me, so you had practice. Like you should have got that out the way. I should have been a breeze, but nothing. But like, luckily, I guess I learned. You know, I learned how I could, but I want to be. But I also didn't feel comfortable. I know I didn't feel comfortable talking to my mom. Like I was weirdly comfortable talking about anything to my dad. And I think that's because I was just a daddy's girl. Like, I remember one time I asked him, how come some girls got big breasts and I don't have none? Like, I was young. I was like in like elementary school. And there was like a couple of my friends who had boobs. And like, I was like flattened on the wall. And I was just like, I mean, how come some girls got boobs and I don't? He was like, look, Dice, some bitches just be popping. No, I'm just playing.
I just want to point
But
out
you know,
though, because you say junior high school, and Mara's in, I don't call it junior high school, I call it middle school, but she's in middle school because middle school is sixth grade here. So like for instance, the other day I had come home early. Actually, no, I was leaving and she was getting off the bus and she was walking to Rite Aid because we live right by this Rite Aid. And sometimes she'll go there and like get stuff and then she'll come home. And so she was walking with these two
mm-hmm.
girls. And like one of the girls I already knew, like just looking at her, that she was older. So later on, we were talking. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, who was that? So she was telling me, and I was like, oh, how old are they? And so like one of the girls is in the eighth grade. And just like this girl had twins in the eighth
Mm.
grade. High school.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so she's like, even though she's on a lower end of what you guys call middle schools, because I know no such thing. I went to junior high
oh
schools,
God.
but and junior high was from seven to nine.
Really?
Some of them, seventh to ninth, but you had the option in ninth grade if you wanted to stay there or go to a high school, and I wanted to leave
For
and go to a
sure.
high school. Yeah, I was like, what you mean? Fuck
Right.
junior high. Where the grown man's at? So but no, but like I know, and I wasn't doing the damn
It
thing.
was still
So
cute to look at.
they was fine as fuck. I was a cheerleader too. I was like, ooh, football and basketball season, front row seats, honey.
I'm just saying, like, she's exposed to a lot of stuff.
And then it's a wide range of older
Yeah.
girls that she's probably gonna be hanging with. And she actually looks older than what she is, so she probably hangs with the older girls. So she's probably getting information a couple of grades earlier that she normally wouldn't get because she's in middle school.
Fam, I was so upset that sixth grade
I
wasn't
know you
middle
was
school. When
blown.
I was in elementary school was kindergarten through sixth grade. And then,
Exactly. K through 6.
right.
That's what it is.
And then middle
Elementary
school was
school.
seventh and eighth, and then high school was ninth through 12. So for her, I don't, and I
Right.
guess it's like it's only 1 year, but I just wanted that last year, y'all. I just wanted
Yeah.
it.
Of
Yeah.
innocence. Please stay with the babies in
Right.
elementary school. Nope.
Anywho,
Daggone. We've definitely veered
yes.
topics.
So, because I know you want to talk about your dream, so I'm gonna just go ahead and speak my bad.
Oh, yeah. What? I don't have
No,
to.
you
It's
can talk
fine. We don't have
about
to talk
it.
about
I
my
just
dream.
want to get my stuff out the way because mine is gonna be
Okay.
quick. So the bad is just I have to get my mind mentally prepared for my husband to not be here for 7 months this year because he's going on
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
deployments, and that means that like I'm not gonna catch a break nowhere. Like I'm gonna have to go to all the parent teacher conferences, all the concerts, do all the hair appointments, do all the walkings of the dogs because we don't live in the house anymore. It's just like cook every day. It's just, and with depression and anxiety, it's just like when I think about it, like yesterday,
You get
like
overwhelmed.
yesterday I had to email him and I was like, so I got mad at Mara because she didn't eat her salad, and I told her we was doing salads this week, but I'm trying to lose weight, and I tried to make her the best salad for her because I know she likes eggs in it, but she didn't want to eat the salad, and I like had this breakdown about this salad, and then I came back and I emailed him and I was like, okay, I'm tripping, like I'm really upset about a salad. It's it's that I put time and thought into the salad because I know she doesn't like vegetables, but I tried to make it as appeasing, and I just
And she still
right.
wasn't
And it's
here
I went
for
into this whole thing and it's like, son, if I'm this upset about a
tripping over
salad, what am
salad.
I going to do for the 7 months? So I'm trying to really
I'm gonna have to come visit you,
like
boy. Cause look,
I'm no shade. I love my daughter to death. I think that she's gonna have to go like for the whole summer so I can like have a break in between because I really if I don't get like my depression and shit like together before summer, oh don't I
yeah,
just it's
it's gonna
gonna
be
be
rough.
really rough. But it's like he leaves in April, so if I have, if I do like April through June, but then she like goes to her dad's house like July, August, and then she comes back
Then
like
now
September,
break it
October.
up.
He gets back November, so then it won't maybe seem so stressful.
It won't seem as bad, right?
So
Yeah, you need to start
that's
planning that
because I
now.
know she's gonna go to my dad's house for like a month, and then I'm gonna talk to her dad like, listen.
Look, and then that means you can come up here and turn up for the summer with me. Ooh,
Yeah, and then because her dad lives right down the street from you, it's like so I can still see her, but I just think for like my peace of
peace of
mind and
mind
for her safety,
in y'all relationship, please.
we're just gonna have to break this up because I had a breakdown of a salad yesterday.
I want to say, and it's no
Just
buffer with
yes.
JT being gone, so yeah.
So that's the bad that I'm gonna try to work on and sort through and make a plan and all that good stuff. Um
Mm-hmm.
the good is what I just said, like I've been just doing the things that my therapist and my nutritionist have said I should do, like just try to walk for a little bit more a day, try to read a little bit more a day, and we started a book club, and we're going to be inviting more people once we see how the book club thing goes. But yeah, I just been
Right.
trying to implement little things. I can say that yesterday and today, aside from the salad fiasco,
Mm-hmm.
I have been in a better mood. I haven't usually when I wake up in the morning, I'm just like, okay.
Not
No,
deep
for
sigh in
real.
the
Like I
morning.
wake up and I'm just like, okay. In 12 more hours, I can be doing this again. So let's just.
Right. I really think about sleep
I
when I
mean,
first wake up too. It's
I think
crazy.
about, I'm just like, fuck, I gotta get up. I gotta walk these dogs out in the cold. Fuck, I gotta go to work and deal with these people all day. Fuck, I gotta come home and then I gotta cook and listen to the saxophone.
It's
Yeah.
like it's draining before you even do it. Like before you even get out the bed, you drain.
I
Like, oh
have
my
gotten
god.
up this week and I've been like, okay, I gotta get this done. Ooh, look, I got this done by this time. Like I've been like I got my homework done on like Saturday. I was like, yes, bitch. Yes.
Ah,
So yeah, that's it.
well, I'm rooting for you, boo, and I'm here for you, and I'm down for some trips after this damn shit season. Okay. I'm gonna make it short and sweet. Uh, I guess I don't really have any bad
I thought the
per
dream
se.
was bad.
More of
Oh,
a
okay. Let's
release.
go.
Um, so yeah, I'm a no real bad, but a release. So um, I how do I say this without making myself sound bad? Um, Sometimes I take ZQuil. Well, before they invented ZQuil, I would take
Mm-hmm.
NyQuil, but ZQuil and melatonin to help me sleep. I am one that loves sleep, so anytime I have bad sleep and I'm laying there in the middle of the night, like it really stresses me out. I get angry and yeah. So sometimes I take melatonin and stuff to help me sleep. So this weekend took a melatonin pill. I was out like a freaking light and I was like in a coma. But the thing is, my dreams are so vivid when I take melatonin that it's scary. Like I literally woke myself up crying, like boo-hooing crying. Like, you know how when you cry in real life, like your face is
Mm-hmm.
scrunched up? Like I literally woke myself up because I had this dream. I'm not gonna go a whole bunch in detail, but like it had to do with my dad passing
Oh.
away, and then like some friend of the family coming in and taking over, and like the planning of everything, and like it was just like crazy. It was like a whole bunch of family drama and stuff that I feel like I subconsciously worry about, but try not to think about. And I think it came out in my dream, and it was like too much for
Right.
me. So I have not taken melatonin since because I'm like,
Ain't nobody got time for
maybe I
that.
just have to. I don't have time for that. Like, I don't want to be thinking about it. I know that sounds really immature to be like, I don't want to think about anything that's unpleasant, but I can't think about that.
Definitely, I
So,
get it when you're sleeping. Definitely. Now you got enough to think
dog, like,
about during the day. Sleep's supposed to
right.
be
This is supposed to
peaceful,
be my
right?
peaceful time. Right. Let me dream about, I don't know, put me in Wakanda or
Yes.
something. Like, let me go see Michael Bay or something. Like, let me have those type of vivid
Mm-mm.
dreams. Like, not sad vivid dreams. You know what I mean? So I would like to release the effects that melatonin have on me. And I don't know if that was a 1 or 2 night thing, but I took a break from it. And I don't take it every night. So I don't want you guys to think that I'm just like popping melatonin. Like, I'm like, oh, Dicey's addicted to melatonin.
Percocet.
She's addicted to
Molly
sleeping pills.
Percocet.
Molly Percocet. No, I'm not. Like, I literally take it when I feel like it's bedtime, but I don't feel as tired as I should. I know that sounds super crazy, but like I take it because I don't want this to be this kind of night where like I can't sleep. So yeah, I'm releasing that shit. Hopefully it gets better. But I did have a friend that said that actually that's how you know that you're getting good sleep is that your dreams are actually supposed to be vivid. So like the melatonin actually is working. And she suggested that I journal my dreams because
Mm-hmm.
your dreams aren't always literal. So like what happens in your dream isn't literally like, something that you actually feel. It's like I don't know, it could kind of mean something else, but I don't know dreams like that. So I actually think I'm going to, when I start back taking it, actually keep a journal near my bed and jot stuff down because I don't understand dreams, but maybe I can look it up. Or if any of you listeners are really into interpreting dreams, maybe you guys can help me out and let me know what the hell my dreams mean. But yeah.
Girl, I told you when I took melatonin, the one time I dreamt about demons, and that
And you
that
was like,
that was like
no.
2016. A bitch ain't touched that shit since. Like, nah, because my
So
husband he uses it like semi regularly.
I get amazing sleep. Like before I got pregnant with my son, I used to take melatonin, but then I had to stop when I got pregnant. I was like, oh damn, sleep sucks
Yeah.
now. But yeah, that it was really scary, and I didn't like that at all. But yeah, that was the short version of that. The good is that I have started my healthy eating shit.
Mm-hmm.
Listeners, I know you guys have heard me talk about this shit for 25 episodes now. And I'm finally actually doing it. I am 2 days in and I have lost one
Oh, look
pound.
at you.
Whoop de whoop de whoop boop, boop. So yeah, I even put my Fitbit back on and I'm looking at my steps, even though I didn't really get too many today.
I
But
want a Fitbit.
I got one actually because my job, it was doing like this health balance thing, and they were doing like a challenge, like where if you get a certain amount of steps, like you get
Money.
like this credit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you could get really nice Fitbits. They had one for free, but I didn't like the free one. But you can get more expensive one, but it was like hella crazy discount. So I just like went up one, like a model or whatever, and I didn't have to pay that much. So that's how I got it, because I normally wouldn't have bought no damn Fitbit because I want a damn Apple
Me
Watch. But
too.
so I need to get my life and just
But
get
my
one of
daughter
those.
has a
But
Fitbit Versa, and it's really nice. It's like it's not. It's like a smart watch. It's close to the Apple Watch, I would say.
also, I got a couple levels, and I got the Ultra Slim or
I
whatever it's
feel like
called.
that was their big one before the Versa, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
But yeah.
because like I can get the text notifications come up, and it tell you like your steps,
Mhm.
your miles, how many calories, and all that shit like that. And it's really sleek. Like it just looks like a little band or whatever. But I definitely want an Apple Watch. But yeah, I did a meatless Monday, and that was a
Mhm.
success.
What you cook?
Um, I had, what did I have yesterday? Oh, I think I was really lazy because I didn't cook anything. So I did like frozen vegetables, like just the
Mhm.
steamers. And I had like, because I was home um the day after Super Bowl. So I guess it was a good day to start purge all the alcohol and food that I had the day before. So I think I did like an Asian medley of vegetables, and then I forgot what I had afterwards. But it basically was like the little frozen steamer vegetables. But today, honey, I had for breakfast, I had avocado toast on like
Yum.
little flaxseed sandwich
Mhm.
thins. Bomb. Then for lunch I used Morningstar crumbles and onions and green peppers and made spaghetti, but I didn't use spaghetti
Use
noodles.
zoodles.
I used no, I am going to use zoodles. But actually, it technically is zoodles because it's made out of zucchini. But it's like I'm lazy, and I didn't have my own zoodle maker thingy, so I used the frozen. It's like spaghetti
Mhm.
already, but it's made from zoodle noodles. Zoodle noodles. But basically, I microwaved those, and then I put my little pasta in, and then I had that.
Oh,
I
okay.
also bought like the little Morning Star spicy black bean burgers because I really like
Mhm.
those. So like, I'm in this bitch. Like,
Are you not
I
eating
am
meat?
not for a
Oh,
week.
okay.
So my plan is for the first week, no meat, no alcohol.
Mhm.
So yes, listeners, I have been sober this whole podcast. I have been sipping my lemon lime water, which is good because I feel like I need to get hydrated anyway. Like I wasn't drinking as much water as I should. I went down the whole, so I am a big juice
Mhm.
fan, and I try to stay away from juice. But once I get back into my juice kick, it's really difficult to stop drinking juice because I love juice. So that's another reason why I put the lemon and the lime in it to kind of give it some flavor before I can just drink a whole bunch of water. At one point I was doing really good with the water, and yeah. But anyway, I turned that short story into a really long story. But just know that I'm doing better, y'all. And I finally said I would. I'm not going to the gym. I'm not working out, so I'm not going to fucking fake the funk on that. But I definitely am eating better and trying to walk more. So,
Well,
yay
here's
me.
to us eating better because I'm definitely doing that as well. And, I haven't been drinking on a regular basis for some weeks now. So I will only drink
Cause you're
when I
lit.
go out to eat.
You're so good.
So I've been doing good with that.
Yep, I'm counting down to the weekend. It's been a long week already.
I will not be drinking until I don't know.
The spring. The spring.
I don't know. It
The
hurts.
spring. Actually, all right, we'll talk offline. All right, anyway, we thank you guys for tuning in. As always, we ask you to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yes.
Make sure you follow, subscribe, all of that on Twitter and on Instagram at the Chatty
Yes.
Patties. Go to our website where you can see our little bios. You can get links to
TheChattyPatties.com.
yep, everywhere where we're streaming at, all those, and also the embedded episodes that we have right there in case you guys are not subscribed to any of those platforms. So, like I said, thanks for tuning in, and we'll chat with you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.